welcome back to our garage, the Klecky garage. It's messy as usual. Today I'm gonna get started on installing a water methanol injection kit. It's a snow system. I planned ahead a little bit. I cut out some plates on my plasma table with my brand in them. That says JK, obviously. But first I need to, ooh, that was bad. I need to make some fittings. I need to glue them in here. Apparently, according to their instructions, which are terrible, that's their instructions that come with this thing. It takes you to a website that is nearly impossible to navigate, and you have to find Snow 210. It's like we're in 1986 again, trying to go through a DOS system. Then you can somehow in there find the instructions on how to install this kit. But it says that Teflon is not methanol safe. So they gave me this crap. I'm gonna glue in the fittings into my reservoir and my pump. And then I'm gonna use these two plates that I cut out on my plasma table. I'm gonna weld those to the buggy. And then I'm gonna have to start the process of wiring and plumbing this. I already installed the gauge in my dash. It looks great, I love it. And then we're gonna hopefully take it out this weekend and see if this stuff makes a difference, I guess. The main goal is I've been battling heat, and I kind of like the idea of having race gas on the cheap. So we'll see how that goes. First thing I need to do is get this level sensor mounted in my tank to alert me in the gauge that comes with the kit to tell you when the reservoir is getting low. You gotta pick wherever you want to put it in the tank. You can make it so it literally turns on right away. I'll probably put it about a third. That's actually what the instructions say to do. And then it will alert the gauge. Well, the gauge will tell me and alert me that the level's getting low, but I might wire it in also to my Holley HP system to maybe default to a different table, so when it does get low during an event that I can't fuel up again, or not fuel up, top up my water meth again right away, that it won't blow my engine up because it's tuned to the 9s. This is all hypothetical. It says to use a stepped drill bit. I'm at home right now and I don't have a stepped drill bit here, so I think I'm just gonna step through a bunch of drill bits.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
But it also doesn't say what size drill bit to use. According to the micrometer, or the vernier caliper, it's 0.7 of an inch. So that's like just less than 3/4 of an inch. We're gonna see what happens. We'll see how this plays out. I'm gonna try a bunch of different drill bits. So it's 7.5 inches. What's 1/3 of 7.5? 2.5, 5. Maybe 2.5. And by 2. Will this make it go away? Nope, that made it way worse. Adrian, you ruined my bottle!
I told you to use a file.
Look what you did!
Not my fault.
Oh my god, that is terrible. So speed was not the answer. Look at the mess I made.
Not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
Do I have a file? I don't know. So I thought I was genius using a reamer. That was a terrible idea. It made a hexagon-shaped hole, and I thought speeding up the reamer might like make it better. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought it would be like too fast for the hole to care what shape it was in. I don't know.
It was more furious.
Yeah.
I like the tuna here. Bullshit, asshole. No one likes a tuna here.
I did. So then I got out a round file and I attempted to plug the hole. But the whole purpose of using the reamer was so that I didn't go straight to a 3/4 inch drill bit. But now the hole is way too long. So we're hoping that this thing has a ton of expansion in it. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking for a new reservoir. We'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that it can gonna clean it up with the file a bit more, and then we're gonna try. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and find out more great ideas.
What not to do.
Why did I think speed was the answer? I always think speed is the answer. Luckily, you bought me 2 of these, so I do have a spare reservoir at the shop. Should we see what happens? I'll take that drill bit out of there. How do we test it? Do I like plug that and
Let's see if it leaks.
see if it leaks? We can put the water in it. We drilled and reamed way too big of a hole in this reservoir, and then I lost a drill bit in it. Adrian managed to get the drill bit out for me. I now need to install the sensor. You gotta fish it through, according to them, with no gasket on it. And then, according to the instructions, it takes you to a website that is nearly impossible to navigate. There's an arrow right there. I don't know if you can see it. That has to face down. So that floats. That means you have fluid. That means you don't have fluid. So I gotta get these wires through there. I have very low hopes that this is gonna seal. Might need Adrian to do this for me too. Oh, I got one. I probably need 2. How am I gonna do this? It's too big. Next time you see me, I will have another reservoir. So after I drilled this hole, huge, and I'm pretty sure I messed it up. Sorry, pretty sure I messed it up. It doesn't stop the way I think it's supposed to, but it's kind of in there. And then I was looking, so we went to the shop and I grabbed my backup set, but I don't think I'm going to use it. That's for Buster. But I was looking, take a look. And the way this tightens up, the reservoir ends up right in there. So I think it's still gonna seal it up. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I unbolt it, I bolt a different one on. Next time I don't. I even grabbed a step drill from the shop in case I had to do it again. But I'm gonna install it. Just gonna shove it in this way since the hole's big enough. Is a sealed tank. Got to glue the fitting in the bottom. Going to glue the fittings into these pumps, or into these fittings into the pump. In, out. In the buggy, I built the brackets to orient them at the same height. I don't know if it matters, but it looks prettier. And it's going to go from here out there. It's going to turn 90 degrees. You don't want a straight shot with this kind of thing with a tube, because with heat, expansion, and contraction, it puts tension on it, so having a nice little loop in it'll help out. So I'm going to glue these in with the E6000 that they told me to use. I don't know how much to use, so I'm just going to wing it. So the meth flows from the reservoir out the bottom into the inlet of the pump, from the pump to a check valve, and then from the check valve to the nozzle holder, like so, and that sprays meth into the intake, about 6 inches from the charge air duct, or sorry, 6 inches from the throttle body. The check valve has an arrow on it. That's obviously direction of meth flow, and that's about all there is to say. I think these are kind of ugly. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove that, and I will get a union, and I'll mount those together. I'm pretty sure it would have to be a stainless union to prevent any kind of corrosion. they want you to select your nozzle, which is these guys, based on horsepower and boost. They have a, where are you? Right there. They have a little tiny number on the side. That one's a 6. That one is a 4. That's what it came with. I'm going to shove the 6 in because according to the chart, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a 5 and a 6. We'll see how just a 6 works out. I just glued the fittings into the reservoir, the pump. The kit that I got uses this red stuff. I imagine it's more than just an airline. I'm expecting that it's better than just typical like 1/4-inch airline, but maybe it's the same crap that I use for my lockers and everything else. But it came with a kit. It's kind of ugly, but it's utilitarian. I'll be using it for Hyde, but for Buster, I'll probably use AN line, something that's prettier. But after you get the fittings glued into the pump, you just put the collar over, kind of like as if it was like an AN. You shove the hose on fitting all the way until it bottoms out. You tighten it up. That's it. This is Hyde's charge air duct. This is out of 1 turbo. Through there, it goes up, wise back through the intercooler. But this is the charge air duct after the blow-off valve. And then right back here is my throttle body. So 6 inches away roughly puts me in this open area there, which is lucky because that's the only space I have. So I am going to drill and tap that part of my ducting. So I'm gonna put a hole, well, where can I fit 2? So probably, oh dang, I'll probably have to do them one after the other just so it fits the hoses in here. So I'll start by putting one right there. So my plan to spray there won't actually work with the current setup. I need to spray after the blow-off valve, but the problem is that's after my intake air temperature sensor. So spraying there, the computer, Holly, and me, I won't know how much temperature drop I'm actually getting. So I need to move my IAT sensor. I moved my IAT sensor to here from the intake because it was giving me false hot readings by being heat soaked by the engine. So I'm gonna have to rethink some things. Something like that. Ooh, it's kind of ugly. Good thing it's underneath now. Goes like that. You won't see it. Run 2 lines up. Problem solved. That's where I'm going to drill the new intake air temperature sensor. From there to there. That way it's after the spray. A little more than 6 inches. But I think that is it for today. Cuckoo-ca-choo. So that's both nozzles. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever done, but it's kind of on par for Hyde. Maybe I'll take those back out and deburr them. Anyway, that's the idea. I've decided I'm going to go straight to 2 nozzles because that's what the instructions said to do, and I didn't follow instructions when I was drilling the reservoir, and that's so I'm to do everything right now. Those are a little crooked. That's what you get for freehanding it. Check valve, Y pipe, pump. Let's go.